This isn't a video I thought I'd be making. I didn't expect to play Vampire Survivors. I had other plans, other video games in the pipeline to put on the channel. And I remember when this game came out, late 2022. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why people were calling it the must-play game of 2022, a surprise hit. I saw the gameplay, saw the graphics, and even knowing it's a roguelike, which I love, I still couldn't get into it. And so the game passed me by. That was until recently. It was on sale on Steam and I picked it up just because it was very cheap. And then this Friday, as I was deciding what games to play for the weekend, I remember I had Vampire Survivor, and because I couldn't decide, to pass the time, I was going to play Vampire Survivors, just to check it out. Little did I know, it was going to take up my entire weekend. Today, we look at Vampire Survivors, and how amazing this game is. But before we go any further, welcome to Stay Tuned on Gaming. I'm your host Damien, where we get to talk about video games for as long as I want. And today we're going to be talking about the surprise hit, the 2D indie darling, and one more try I can beat the game, Vampire Survivors. Comment down below, share the video if you like it, and please tell me down below, what are some of the funnest experiences you've had with this game? Because I've had a lot recently after playing it over like 3 days, because I couldn't get my hands over this game. Just tell me down below, what are some of the craziest things that happened to you in this game? What are the shocking moments? What are the funnest moments you've had? Let's get into this game. So, yes, I didn't understand the hype of this game, but after playing it now for most of the whole weekend, this game is amazing. It's so good, and for me, a must play. But what is Vampire Survivors? If I had to say it, it's a combination of a lot of stuff. A bullet hell, roguelike, survival, auto battler. It's all of those put into one, and strangely you would think it would lose its shape, but it doesn't, and it's really good at it. When you start this game off, you're given nothing, no instructions, no idea on how to play. You're just dropped into the game and you pick your character and there you go. And that's how this game works. It tells you nothing, not really anything, with you just having to figure out how shit happens, and that's the beauty of it. It has a minimalistic design with minimalistic gameplay that just all works. You don't even control the character's attack. That's right, you don't control the attack. The only thing you control is movement. And the objective is to survive for 30 minutes. Not in-game minutes, actual 30 minutes in real life. And that's all it is. And I love it for that. And that's what makes it so good. So, how do you survive for 30 minutes? Well, there'll be many enemies in the world trying to kill you. And if you kill those enemies, some of them drop gems. You're going to collect these gems to increase your level. And then once you increase your level, you're given a choice between 3 items. Either a passive item or a weapon of some sort. And that's basically what it is. You'll be building up your arsenal of weapons and passive items, and the more enemies you kill. The more time it continues, the more enemies will show up, the stronger the enemies will be that will despair to kill you. And it just continues to work like that. You'll be moving around trying to avoid enemies, using your items and abilities to basically kill the enemies. And then sometimes they'll drop chests that will give you free level ups, all at the same time, also collecting gems, killing that, and making it all the way for 30 minutes. It sounds like very boring, but trust me, it is not. Another thing I really love about this game is its progression, its unlocks. Most times when you play roguelikes, it's like an hour of a gameplay and then you unlock a whole bunch of stuff. With this game, while there is kind of that, because you have to survive with certain characters for a limited time, there's mostly turned onto challenges. These challenges saying get this level of this weapon, get the weapon up to this level of like 7 or 8, evolve this weapon, play with this character and beat this level. Unlock certain things that are actually pretty good. New characters, new ways to play the stages like in hyper mode, new different stages. All of this really, really works. It makes you want to play the game more and experiment the game way more. And that's what I think really makes you want to play this game over and over again. Not to mention, you have to play this game for 30 minutes straight each run. And when you fail, it just sucks. The stages themselves are also really good. Each one different and varied. You have like the beginning stage, which is like the green forest, and it's this big giant open area, and then the enemies come in and like surround you at certain points, which I think are really good. But then you get to like the second stage, which is a library, and it's like Left and right can only be moved, and it's much more enclosed, presenting you with another challenge. Each stage is different, unique, has different hazards, different enemies, and different challenges that you have to face that change how you play and move. This game is all about movement. You hardly ever want to stand still, and you won't want to touch any enemies. And while surviving for 30 minutes may sound boring, what's great is that this game always gives you a choice. You are always making a choice. If I level up, what am I going to do? Do I want to make my weapon stronger, or do I need to get a new weapon? And you can hold up to 6 weapons and 6 passive items, all in which can even be evolved to make the weapons even stronger. This all plays in how your run is going to be. And because of that, every run is kind of different. While each character will start off the same, pretty slow, what's great is that your runs will evolve as you play, and you really need to figure out what you're going to do. You can find one weapon, such as, let's say, I'm going to say the bird, for example. You find the bird and you can find him in the last run, but in the next run, you may never find the bird again. You can find garlic very early on in the first run. In the next run, you may never find garlic, or you'll only find garlic literally at the end. This makes it really, really good and really makes you always figuring out what you want to do. What's great is the characters themselves. There's a wide variety of characters, like a lot of characters, and each one is different. Each one has a great buff or a bad debuff, and they all play differently. And some of them will provide you with some really interesting challenges, and you're going to want to at least try every character at least more than once. Maybe even challenge yourself and trying to beat the freaking stage with these characters. Now, like I said, you're always making choice in this game, which means your 30 minutes is never boring. Even when you get to the close ending of it, like 28 minutes, 29 minutes, what's great is that you can die in like 5 seconds, which means there's always a realm of death on you. You never know when you could just die. You make one mistake, run into the wall, or get held up by the pole, you're dead. If you decide, hey, I'm going to try to go back and pick up the gems I forgot, you could die just trying to do that. It's all of this that always makes you move. You have to decide, pick this item up, do I go for the chest that's back there that I forgot to get, or do I just keep moving left or right? Do I pick up the gems or just leave it? Do I pick up the power up now? Do I leave that there? This makes the game always constantly moving. And like I said, you get stronger, you get more powerful, but even if you think you feel so powerful, you can die in like 5 seconds if you're not paying attention. And that's fantastic. It makes sure that those 30 minutes sometimes fly by. And at other points, you feel very bored, and then at the next moment, you're dead. And this game has a lot of secrets. So many secrets. And the unlocks feel natural, feel progressive, and when each stage unlocks a new area, there's a variety of things to find. And like I said, you don't know what's going on whatsoever. There was one point when I thought I was having literally an extra body experience when I was on this level with like the tiles, and there was like darkness all over, like this, and then all of a sudden when the screen went crazy and I was dropped into a church area, then a church area, I beat that area, and then the screen like went on a clap, zoomed in, and the game started to get in a different language. I can't explain it. It was crazy. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. It shocked me, and I was playing this game all the way until like 10 at night, no, like 12 in that night when this happened. But that's just what this game is. Every time you die, you feel it's your fault. Either you weren't paying attention or something of the run didn't work out for you. And even then, it can still work out. I love the music in this game. The graphics all work. And I especially love the chest animation that opens. I love it. Whenever it opens up, you're like, okay, what am I going to do? There's so many good with this game. And what's great is that it's not even that expensive. It's really, really cheap. On Steam, I believe it's like 86 Rand, which is unbelievable. I picked it up for really cheap. And there's so much to it. This game will last you hours and hours, and that's what makes this game fantastic. It is a must-play by me, and you have to check it out. Look, even if you might not like roguelikes or you think it's not for you, just give it a look, and it won't even break the bank to do it. Give it a look and tell me, was it worth your time whatsoever? You can find it on Steam, Epic. I do believe it's on the Xbox consoles. It's not on PlayStation consoles, which I think is a damn shame, but it is on Nintendo Switch, which I think is really good. I will be picking up the Switch version as well, because I think this game is perfect for just being on the road or on the go and playing it. Anyway, you have to check this game out. Tell me down below, what were some of the craziest moments that happened to you with Vampire Survivor? And of course, I'll see you in the next game. And that's the video, everybody. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing Vampire Survivors, but I couldn't stop playing this game. It was so good. It was definitely one that surprised me. And what's crazy is that it was so cheap. I think I bought it for like 20 something rand. I'm definitely buying the Switch version, which I believe is like only 56 rand. There is some DLC, but I haven't touched the DLC yet because this game is really tough at certain places. Like I die a lot, but when I die, definitely want to play it again. It's definitely worth your time. I definitely missed it, but I think, you know, no one else should miss on this amazing game. And I'm gonna check out the Switch version, which I've heard is also really good, and I think it's perfect just for the Switch. And anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. You can check out these other 2 videos that are popping up right now. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe.